She knew her daughter needed help, but a New Mexico mother says she ran into a bureaucratic mess trying to get her that help. KRQE News 13 investigative reporter Gabrielle Burkhart shows you how a family in rural New Mexico struggled with a health care system that administrators admit is lacking.
Her mom will tell you Shannon Stevens was a happy kid.
She would just steal the show and just sing and dance, and she was really good in school.
As an adult, a single mom dealing with divorce and recent deaths in the family, Arlene Wayne says it became too much for her daughter.
In the beginning, it was depression, anxiety. Then later, in about 2017, 2018, she started showing signs of schizophrenia, a schizoaffective disorder, but it was totally manageable. I mean, she worked, she took care of her kids.
A big reason she managed, Wayne says, was due to her medication. An injection called Invega, she says, kept Shannon's mental health regulated. But the shots came with a strong warning from Shannon's doctor, a lifetime commitment to stay on top of her meds.
And he explained it to us, you know, she could never ever stop taking it once she started, and told us that if she ever did, her mental health would be 100 times worse.
Wayne says she helped Shannon adjust as she weaned off old prescriptions. Then, during the peak of the pandemic, she says Shannon accidentally took her meds twice.
I walked by the bedroom and I could hear her, and so I dialed 911, done that whole thing, and she had to be in ICU for 4 or 5 days, and it was during lockdown, you know, nobody could go to the hospital.
That accidental overdose led Stevens here to Gila Regional Medical Center, where her mother says she missed a vital dose of one of her medications and her mental state got even worse.
After missing her Invega injection, Wayne says her daughter started spiraling.
That's when the multi-personality disorder started.
She called the cops when Shannon got violent.
And her voices told her to kill me, and it came really close.
38-year-old Shannon was arrested for assault against a household member. Released from jail, the cycle got worse.
If her meds weren't right and her head wasn't right, or she wanted to kill herself, she would go get street drugs,
including the highly addictive and cheap street drug fentanyl. Seeing her daughter suffer, Wayne says she tried desperately to get help.
I done CPR on her when I thought she was never going to come back. And the whole time I'm telling her, we're getting you help, we're getting you help.
A 3-inch binder documenting her experience, her proof she tried. But in Grant County, inpatient behavioral health resources are lacking.
We're very rural. Albuquerque, Las Cruces, those bigger cities, they're more alluring, you know, and so resources, if we could channel resources to more qualified service providers on the mental health and on the addiction and alcoholism.
Michael Renteria is the former Grant County District Attorney.
I mean, it's all of us trying to do a better job. And there are those that fall through the gap or fall through the crack. And I don't think that's acceptable.
Wayne argues her daughter is one of them.
This is the civil commitment
petition.
A document Wayne wrote to try and petition the court to civilly commit Shannon, a process that would have ordered her to a facility involuntarily. It's a controversial step, but a last resort for some, Wayne argues, when the person you love can't seem to help themselves.
She was a danger to me, to herself.
But the issue of danger and competency, whether or not Shannon could understand court decisions for herself, Renteria explained, weren't brought up in court by either attorneys or an advocate for Shannon, a necessary process to grant a civil commitment, he says.
The evaluation always has to take place first. And so that step just wasn't brought to the court's attention by any party.
Wayne showed us this notice from the court. Her application to get a filing fee waived was denied. Without anyone to help her navigate the complexities of the court system, she never got the petition properly filed. July of 2023, Shannon died from a fentanyl overdose.
Every day, no help.
That lack of help is something Wayne would like to see lawmakers fix, arguing if she hadn't been her daughter's only advocate, Shannon might still be alive.
That case is just an unfortunate case, and it doesn't help her family, but hopefully we can make something positive come out of it.
As the newly elected DA in Grant County, Norm Wheeler says he'll use resources their rural community does have while advocating for the ones they still need. Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE Investigates.
Shannon's mom says she would like lawmakers to make the civil commitment process easier for families when their loved one is in crisis. The issue of mental health and the criminal justice system are key topics in this legislative session.